Shri Vigrahara Nityananda Shringaratan Mandira Majanado Yutasya Bhakta Chaniyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasada Swadhana Kritan Hari Bhakta Sangha Kritvaiva Kritin Bhajata Sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Shri Radhika Madhurya Madhurya Lila Gunarupanana Pratikshana Swadhanalokupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Nikunjayono Ratikele Sedai Yayale Deyukira Pekshaniya Tatrati Daksha Ativalabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Sakshadaritrima Namasta Shastra Ruptastata Bhavyataiva Sanghi Kintu Prabhoya Priya Eva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Yasya Prasada Bhagavat Prasada Yasya Prasada Lagati Kutopi Jayam Stubham Stasya Yashashri Sangyam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Namma Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Sri Mate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanande Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shundavari Paschatya Deshata Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Namo Namo Tulsi Krishna Prayasi Namo Namo Radha Krishna Seva e avilashi. Je tumhara shana loy, tara vancha purna hoy, kripa kori koro tare, Vrindavana vasi, mohe avilash, vilash kunjari ova. Nayaneri Vosara Yugalari Parasi Enive Tanadaro Shakiranu Katha Koro Sevari Karajiye Koro Nijanasi Krishna Dasa koi Ejena mora Shri Radha Govinda preme Saradana Rasi Namo Namo Dev Jago Dev Jago Gaura Chandra Bole Kota Nidra Jaya Tisha Chira Kone Bhajiva Horiya Shanshara Vitane Bhuliyaro Hile Tuni Abhijara Bhore Tomare lote ami Hoidu avatara Ami dina bando que aceto mara Eneshi ashori maya Nashibaro lade Harinama mantra Laudumi magi Bhakti vinoda Charane Puriya Shri Harinama mantra Loilo Magiya Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Sounds good. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare One more time. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare and an extra one, extra. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Just one more. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
The Aarti ceremony will go on for another 10 minutes till 7:25.
Well, may we have some Bhagavatam?
Yes, Maharaj.
Can do it now?
Yes, Maharaj.
Can be my iPad,
You can
please.
increase the volume. We have the permission.
I can speak louder. I'm just trying to be respectful of the Shanai. I don't want to overpower it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye. We're reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, a first canto, second chapter, Divinity and Divine Service. And the verse is number 23. Sattvam Rajastamaiti Prakritir Gunasthair Yukta Parapurusha Ekaihasyadate Stityadaye Harivarinshi Hareti Samdhya Shreyam Sitatra Kalu Sattvatanondrinam Suhu. Shall we do it all together? That's 1, 2, 23. Sattvam Rajastamaiti Prakritir Gunaster Yukta Parapurusha Ekaihasyadate Stityadaye Harivarinshi Hareti Samdhya Shreyam Sitatra Kalu Sattvatanondrinam Suhu. You can all hear perfectly well, right? This is the translation. The transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the three modes of material nature, namely passion, goodness, and ignorance. And just for the material world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts the three qualitative forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of these three, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of the quality of goodness. Let's say it all together. The transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the three modes of material nature, namely passion, goodness, and ignorance. And just for the material world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts the three qualitative forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of these three, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of the quality of goodness. Would you like to hear the purport?
Yes.
It's a good sign. That Lord Sri Krishna, by his plenary parts, should be rendered devotional service, as explained above, is confirmed by this statement. Lord Sri Krishna and all his plenary parts are Vishnu Tattva, or the Lordship of Godhead. From Sri Krishna, the next manifestation is Baladev. From Baladev is Sankarsana, and from Sankarsana is Narayan. From Narayan, there is the second Sankarsana. And from this Sankarsana, the Vishnu Purusha Atma avatars. The Vishnu, or the deity, of the quality of goodness in the material world is the Purusha avatar known as Kshirodakshay Vishnu or Paramatma. Brahma is the deity of Rajas, passion, and Shiva of ignorance. They are the three departmental heads of the three qualities of this material world. The creation is made possible by Brahma's quality of passion and his endeavor. it is maintained by the goodness of Vishnu, and when it requires to be destroyed, Lord Shiva does it by Tandava Nritya. The materialists and the foolish human beings worship Brahma and Shiva respectively. But the pure transcendentalists worship the form of goodness, Vishnu, in his various forms. Vishnu is manifested by his millions and billions of integrated forms and separated forms. The integrated forms are called Godhead, and the separated forms are called the living entities, or the jivas. Both the jivas and Godhead have their original spiritual forms. Jivas are sometimes subjected to the control of the material energy, but the Vishnu forms are always controllers of this energy. When Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, appears in the material world, he comes to deliver the conditioned living beings who are under the material energy. Such living beings appear in the material world with the intentions of being lords, and thus they become entrapped by the three modes of nature. As such, the living entities have to change their material coverings for undergoing different terms of imprisonment. The prison house of the material world is created by Brahma under the instruction of the personality of Godhead, and at the conclusion of a kalpa, the whole thing is destroyed by Shiva. But as far as maintenance of the prison house is concerned, it is done by Vishnu, as much as the state prison house is maintained by the state. Anyone, therefore, who wishes to get out of this prison house of material existence, which is full of miseries like repetition of birth, death, old age, and disease, must please Lord Vishnu for such liberation. Lord Vishnu is worshipped by devotional service only, and if anyone has to continue prison life in the material world, he may ask for relative facilities for temporary relief from the different demigods like Shiva, Brahma, Indra, and Varuna. No demigod, however, can release the imprisoned living being from the conditioned life of material existence. This can be done only by Vishnu. Therefore, the ultimate benefit may be derived from Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. I offer my respectful obeisances to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, previous acharyas, and to all the devotees present here today. Vansha kalpatarishta kripa sindhave vacha patitanam pavanibhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. There's a great science that Krishna says mostly nobody knows. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says in the 7th chapter, Tribhir gunabhayir bhavir ebe sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabijanati mamebhya paramavyam. That all living beings are bewildered by the three modes of material nature. But because I'm beyond the modes of material nature, I'm not bewildered by them. And in describing the science of the three modes of material nature, Krishna gives an overarching statement. Purusha prakritisto hi punkte prakriti jangunam karanam gunasangosya sarasad yoni janmasu. That it is because of the karanam, or the cause of our situation within the various modes of material nature, is because of our association with the modes of nature. Karanam guna sango. Sangha means, as you know, association. Sarasat means good or bad. And in the 14th chapter of the Gita, where Krishna describes the modes of nature, am I sitting with my back to a deity that's now being revealed? Krishna said, Urdvam kachanti satvasta, madhyam tishtanti rajasa, jaganya guna vrittista. See if you can do this. Concentrate for a second. Ado gachanti tamasa. I'll say it again. It's the science of the modes of nature. It's very important. Because if you know this science, then you can maneuver your way into devotional service and beyond the material world. So Krishna says, Urdvam. Urdvam means upwards. Gachanti means to go. Sattva means the mode of goodness. Sta. So those are sta, or situated in the mode of goodness, they go upwards. Madhyam tishtanti rajasta. You stay in the middle by associating with rajas. Jaganya means horrible, terrible, the worst possible hell you could imagine. Jaganya guna vrittista adoga chanti tamasa. Those are who associate with the abominable mode of ignorance, they go downward. So oftentimes people think of God as someone who is a punisher, but he's not. He's not fanatical, nor is he sectarian. He offers this science to everyone, so we as conscious living beings who have responsibility due to the fact that we've been endowed with free will, have the choice to make how to associate here in this material world. And it's incumbent upon human beings to educate themselves about how to conduct themselves properly in this world so that they can be elevated gradually, otherwise we stay in the material world. And how can that be done? Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita various habits, environments, kinds of people who are in the mode of goodness. He also mentions it in the Srimad Bhagavatam in his conversation with Uddhava. In fact, he dedicates, that's Lord Krishna, an entire section of his conversation with Uddhava, which is a highly consequential conversation, to speaking about the importance of elevating oneself to sattva. And by living a sattvic lifestyle, eating sattvic food, speaking in the mode of sattva, which is truthful, beneficial, avoiding speech that offends, regularly reciting the Vedas, conducting one's, keeping one's body in the mode of goodness and so forth, one comes to sattva. Urdhvam gachanti sattvasta, then we go upwards. But then Krishna also mentions in the Bhagavad Gita that the primary means of rising above the modes altogether is by worshiping Krishna. He says, Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. The means of rising above all of the three gunas and coming to what's called Shuddha Sattva, Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam Yadiyate Tatra Puman Apavrita, means there's a state above the three modes of material nature which is called pure goodness. And from that state, says Lord Shiva, Apavrita, one becomes uncovered. One can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead from that state of Shuddha Sattva, and one is not troubled or manipulated by the modes of material nature. So what does Krishna say? Mam chayo vyabhicharena. Vyabhicharena means if you give your full attention to me, mam chayo vyabhicharena. Bhakti yogena sevate. In what? In bhakti yoga seva. Means there are processes starting with Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atman, Nivedam, starting and finishing with these 9 methods. Prahlad Maharaj recommended them, and he said, Iti pum sarti pita Vishnu bhaktis chen navalakshana kriyata bhagavatyada tan manye ditam uttamam. He said, it is my opinion that anyone who has dedicated his or her life to Krishna consciousness through these 9 methods is the most intelligent person in the universe because they have understood the goal of life. And so if one takes to these 9 processes, Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate Krishna in bhakti, sagunan, the modes of nature, these modes that he's discussing, samatityaitan. Atitya means to rise above. Tityaitam, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. From that, one comes to one's natural spiritual condition. Yay! So here we find how to concentrate one's attention, where, to whom one should give one's attention. Early on, Suta Goswami, in giving the preface to the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, is giving us the clear indication that there are various deities that people worship, and if you go around India or even around Silicon Valley or London, you may find churches, temples, mosques, places where people are pointing their attention. Worship. You know, the word comes from the word worth, W-O-R-T-H, worth. What's something worth? Something you consider most valuable, that's where you put your attention. And when you put ship on the end of the word worth, you get worthship. It means it's a noun, it's something you do because you consider it valuable where you place your attention. But because of Sandhi rules, you get from worship, worthship, you get worship. So people are investing their attention in various places and worshiping various entities in this world. So Sutta Goswami says, Sattvam Rajastama iti prakritir gunasta. Next line. Huh? Yukta parapurusha eka ihasiddhate stityade e hari virinchi hariti samja shreyamsi tatta kalusa fatatoninam suhu. So he mentions Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And he says, so these different entities, by worshiping them, you'll get different results. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Yanti deva vrata devan pitri nyanti pratir vrata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti mam yanti pimam. Basically means, as free souls with free will, we can go wherever we wish. But if we don't know where we're going, any road will take us there. We'll just be pulled by the whims of our senses. But if one wants the ultimate goal of life, he's saying, Sutta Goswami is saying this verse, Sattvam Rajastama iti prakritir gunasta yukta parapurusha. Yukta parapurusha. You should put your attention on the parapurusha, the Supreme Person. And this is echoed in another verse that comes up. It's either the next one or one after that. It says, Bejare muniyotagre bhagavan tamadhoksajam sattvam vishuddham shemaya kalpante yenu taniha. That previously all the great sages, and you can see from the evidence here in South India, they built these temples to Lord Vishnu because they understood the clear indication of the Vedic literature that Vishnu is to be worshipped ultimately. So it says, Bejare munio, the munis, ta agre, previously. Agre means in previous ages. Bejare, they worshipped Vishnu. Bejare munio tagre bhagavan tamadhoksajam, why he's the infallible, beyond the modes of material nature. And sattvam vishuddham shemaya, they knew that they would achieve the highest benefit by thinking of Vishnu, worshipping Vishnu, the 9 methods of bhakti employed in the service of Lord Vishnu. Kalpante yena taniha, and here's what's in it for us. It says there that regardless of one's current position, whatever situation you're in now, if you also worship Lord Vishnu, then you're eligible for the same result that those previous sages achieved by worshiping the Supreme Lord who is beyond modes of material nature. Is there a deadline? Okay. Therefore, we come to these various temples, and when we're able to discern the ultimate Purusha, the Parapurusha, and think of the Param Purusha, chant the names of the Param Purusha, offer our food to the Param Purusha, give our wealth to the Param Purusha, then we can rise above the modes of material nature handily. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we all know, gave the very direct, simple, straightforward way of rising above all the modes of material nature by chanting Hare Krishna, and indicated that this was the process by which you would attain the results of worshiping Lord Vishnu that you attained in all the other previous ages. In the Satya Yuga, by meditation, in the Treta Yuga, by enormous sacrifice of dravya, material goods, to give to Lord Vishnu. In Dwapara Yuga, by huge temples, which Prabhupada says you can still see in South India, the remnants of that Dwapara Yuga age were huge temples. Of course, it's coming back in ISKCON nowadays, it looks like. And then finally there's this in Kali Yuga, just by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one achieves the results of all the other methods. So it's highly recommended that we're deliberate about where we put our mind and how we engage our tongues and our senses. And when we're very deliberate about that and we're cultivating devotional service, Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmanyanavrtam anukulina. Shilanam, shil is a verb which means to cultivate, so we have to do that regularly and purposefully. Then we come to the perfection of life. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in this area, he walked here, he visited the various temples. In fact, he lived in Sri Rangam for at least 4 months because he came here and stayed at the house of Venkatapata during the Chaturmasya and received invitations every single day while he was here for 4 months from Brahmanas who asked him to come to their house so they could feed him. And later, we'll talk about a consequential conversation that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had with Venkatapata and his family. Venkatapata's brother was Prabodhananda Saraswati, and Prabodhananda Saraswati's son was Gopalbhatta, who became one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, as you know, and he visited the temple of Radharaman. And that's a very consequential conversation about the importance of not just worshiping Lord Vishnu, but also Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guidance to everyone about worshiping Krishna in Vrindavan. And also there's a story about the Lord's taking one of the devotees from this area under his shelter, which I'll just tell really quickly right now, which is indicative of Lord Chaitanya's mood. As mentioned in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita itself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when visiting Ranganath, would notice every day that there was a personality who was sitting chanting the Bhagavad Gita. I've similarly noticed during Kartik at the Radha Damodar Mandir, when we used to go there every day and do the parikram, that there was this little sadhu, and he nestled himself inside the samadhis. When you go into the Radha Damodar temple and then you go straight towards the deities and take a left, that takes you on the parikram mark, right? Yes. And there was this little sadhu, and he had a book, a little book, but he was sort of wedged in between 2 of the samadhis. And there's lots of them back there. So I was very interested in what he was reading. So one day I poked my head in to hear what he was reading. I could decipher that it was the Bhagavad Gita. And he looked at me like, get out of here. This is my bhajan, don't bug me. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu noticed a Brahmana who was sitting chanting the Bhagavad Gita every day during the Chaturmasya. It's very nice to find a time period in which to make some kind of vow. For instance, you might say, every day I'll take 10 minutes or half an hour or an hour to read from Prabhupada's books, and you do it every day. Or you might say, and who could stop you, that I'm going to chant 1 chapter of Bhagavad Gita every day. Can you think how anybody could stop you? Even if you get put in jail, you probably get a copy of the Bhagavad Gita and keep doing it. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu noticed this fellow in some kind of a vrat, and then he also noticed that there were those around the person who were snickering. Means they were observing this person doing the vrat, but they were laughing at him. And Mahaprabhu thought that was a curious sight. So he went over and he investigated. And he found that this Brahmana was reading the Bhagavad Gita, albeit his pronunciation was not so great. And the Brahmin had disclosed to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu upon his asking that his guru told him that he should read Bhagavad Gita every day. And then he said, but the funny thing is, I don't know how to read very well. And everyone here laughs at me because I know my pronunciation is not correct. And Mahaprabhu also noticed that this man became emotional while reading the Bhagavad Gita. And he asked him about that. And he said, did the Brahmana, well, whenever I read the Bhagavad Gita, the image comes into my mind of Krishna driving the chariot for Arjuna. And Arjuna practically ordering him to take me here, take me there. And Krishna is so kind that he was serving his devotee. He said, when I think of that, my hair stands on end, tears come to my eyes. Every time I read the Bhagavad Gita, I can't help it. I'm overwhelmed. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you're the real scholar of Bhagavad Gita. You've understood Bhagavad Gita perfectly. And Kaviraj Goswami describes how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appreciated this person so much that he kept him with him the whole time that he was here in Rangashetra. They were inseparable for that time, which is an indication, as Prabhupada writes in his purport to this section, that it's not professionalism that we're looking for, but it's the devotion behind the practice itself. And if one sincerely tries to hear and read and chant, do the best one can, then Krishna's, Lord Chaitanya is very much appreciative. So now, we have much, much more. We have non-stop hearing and chanting all day today.
Rantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu ki Jai. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Firstly, I wanted to say that we changed the program this morning because we noticed last night Vaisesika Prabhu came about midnight from Madurai, and he also tried to find out as much as possible about today. Today, actually, it is said that in the whole year, if there is a day to be in this area or in this town, is actually today. So it's a Vaikuntha Ekadashi being celebrated here in Kshetra, and it's the most auspicious day to be around here. But the main temple is, there are traffic restrictions up until the 3 kilometers from that area.
I was attending
And
your class in
because
government
of
when I was
that,
studying under
we
Gopi Prabhu.
would have been okay to go in, but coming out would have been real
Jayadatta
difficulty
Maharaj
today.
with all the
So
sannyasis
that's
used to
why
have that
we have
small
arranged,
palace.
with the help of
It's
Vaisesika
still
Prabhu,
okay.
tomorrow we will be going to take the
With
darshan of
Radesh,
Sri
Radesh,
Rangana.
one from Hawaii. That's why.
Not only that, when you come to Sri Ranganath, you have to offer a donation to get the darshan. And I said to Prabhu, we will definitely like to offer, but he arranged from the temple that they have, sponsored that darshan for all of the yatra actually. So we want to thank Vaisesika Prabhu. We'll still be offering something from our side for all the support and the temple darshans we are going to go today, tomorrow. So today now we are here at this temple, and very shortly I'll request Vaisesika Prabhu to tell us about this temple. And from after this we'll also be taking darshan here of the deities, and he'll tell us what deities are here about this temple. And then we will have breakfast prasadam is being arranged to come here. And after that, we'll go to another Divya Desham from here, and Prabhu will tell us about that. And then it's good to actually leave in the morning so we can make the most out of our time, because we are really here one whole day today and a little bit tomorrow morning for the Sri Ranganath Darshan before we head back to Madurai. So with that in mind, I wanted to introduce Vaisesika Prabhu. He's a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. Prabhu lives in Madurai, serves at the temple, the management very closely. And Sri Ram Prabhu introduced me to him, and he's been a great help. We've been coordinating this whole part of this yatra in Madurai with him. So I want to thank Vamsidhari Prabhu for helping us, supporting us behind the scenes. And now we'll hear from him about this particular place. So over to you, Vamsidhari Prabhu. Can I get you a chair, Prabhu? We have
Hare
a
Krishna.
chair.
It's okay. Hare Krishna. So this is called Uttamar Kovil or Purushottama. Lord is called Purushottama. Since we are here, we will chant 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita just in 2 minutes and then we'll start the class. अत पंचदशो अध्यायः श्री भगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधःशाकम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्त्वं वेद स वेदवित् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रचुतास्तस्य शाखा गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रबाला अधश्च मूलाननुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह ततोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठाः अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् अशङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यं यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसदा पुराणी निर्माणमोहाजितसङ्गदोषा अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ता सुखदुःखसंज्ञैर्गच्छन्त्यमूढा पदमव्ययं तत् न तद्भासयते सूर्यो न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनः षष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैत्वानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं सिदं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितम्
Vimudana Pashyanti
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्नवस्थितं यतन्तो विकृतात्मानो नैनं पश्यन्त चेतसः यत्तादित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भाषयते किलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकं घामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वा
Samubhuparasatmakaha
अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधं सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तस्मृतिज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहं द्वामिमौ पुरुषौ लोके सरक्षाक्षर एव च चरक्षर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेतुदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्तव्य ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमपीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रतितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमां स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ओम तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पंचदशो अध्यायः। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे योऽन्त प्रविश्य वाचमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत् सकलशक्तिधरस्वतां अन्यातहश्चरणश्रवणत्वकादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं पान्त्वस्मात् पुरुहूतवैरिबलवन्मातङ्गमाद्यद्घटाकुम्भोच्चात्रिविपाटनातिकपटप्रत्येकवज्रायिताः श्रीमत्कण्ठीरवास्य प्रतसुनकराधारिदारातिदूरप्रध्वस्तत्वान्तशान्तप्रविततमनसा भाविता भूरिभागैः। Hare Krishna, welcome you all to this South India, especially to Trichy today. And we are in a Divyadesham. There are 108 Divyadesham. What is Divyadesham? Divyadesham means the place where all wars they have come and they have glorified the Lord. Like we have Goswamis, in the similar way in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya they have called alvars, and there are 12 alvars. So in this temple particularly some alvar had come and glorified the Lord in the deity form. That's why it is called Divyadesham. Because Lord has glorified, because the alvars have glorified, so Lord has to stay here. There is no other way. So it is considered the Lord is here because of devotees' request. So devotees have requested here, the Alvar has requested here, the Lord is staying here. This is called Uttamar Kovil, Uttama Purusha, like Purushottama. So and also it is called Kadambanur, because here Lord presents in the form of Kadamba Vriksha. Krishna is very closely related to Kadamba. So what happened here, in a Purana it is stated, Lord Brahma had 5 heads and also Lord Shiva had 5 heads once upon a time. So there was a competition. How come Brahma also has 5 heads? Only I should have 5. So Shiva, he cutted the 5th head of Brahma, and then this 5th head got stuck in Shiva's hand. It is not going away. He's trying to get away from it, but it's not going away. So and then he gets a remedy for this. If you get Bhiksha from Lakshmi, then you will get rid of this Shapa. So the Shiva comes here, and here you can have Lakshmi Darshan. So he begs from Lakshmi Devi here food, Anna. The Lakshmi here, he is called Annapurna or something. I have to see the name. So he got Anna from Lakshmi Devi, and then when he took that Anna, he got rid of this Shapa. That's why it's called Pichandar Kovil also. Pichandar Kovil means one has begged from Lakshmi. And here, this is the only temple in India where you can have Trimurti Darshana with their concerts. Like Brahma with Saraswati, and Shiva with Parvati, and Narayana with Lakshmi. So all 3 families are here. Not only officially the husbands are here, but along with their wife, they are staying here. That's why it's called Purushottama temple. It's a very famous temple here. And what is Purushottama? I will just tell in 1 minute. You can have this hand. You can show like this. Okay. So in this, Yamunacharya, okay, you can keep it down. Yamunacharya, he gives an explanation for what is Purushottama. We say Purushottama. What is Purushottama? One who is Dharanat, Poshanat, Bharanat, Purushottama. One who has these 3 qualities is called Purushottama. Vyapyat means one who is Sarva Vyapi, Vyapanat. Then Bharanat, one who holds everything. And then Swamyat, one who owns, one who controls everything. He is called Purushottama. And he gives a beautiful analogy with these 5 fingers. He says, this small finger is called Apurusha. And this is called Purusha, this is called Utpurusha, this is called Uttara Purusha, and this is called Purushottama. So with these 5 fingers, he explains what is Purushottama. This is called Apurusha. Apurusha means not apart from Purusha, that is Prakriti, Apurusha. And this is called Purusha. Who is Purusha? We are all Purusha. Pura iti proktaha Purusha. One who stays in this conditioned body, they are called Purusha. This is called Purusha. And this is called Utpurusha, best among the conditioned souls. Who are the best among the conditioned souls? Liberated souls. They are the best among the conditioned souls. This is called Utpurusha. And this is called Uttara Purusha, best among the liberated souls. Who can be the best among the liberated souls? The Nitya Suris, or eternal associates who never touch this material world. They are called Uttara Purusha. And it's called Purushottama, who is best among all these 4. One who controls all these 4. That's why it's called Purushottama. So in this way, in this temple, Lord is present as Purushottama, showing that I am the supreme personality of Godhead in this whole material universe. So in 15th chapter also, Krishna established himself, Uttama Purushastvanyaha Paramatme Tudahurataha Yo Lokatrayam Avishya Bhibarti Abhyaya Ishvaraha. So these 3 qualities are mentioned in this shloka itself, that why Lord is called Purushottama. So we are here and we'll have darshan when we go inside. Have nice darshan. Lord is lying down here in a lying down position, and there is a specific meaning why Lord is lying down. Because if you come to South India, there are 3 ways you can have Lord's darshan. One is in a standing position, the other one is sitting position, the other one is lying position. So why Lord is lying down? If you have time, I will explain in 2 minutes. Is it okay, bro? Okay. Why Lord is lying down? Previously, when someone gives you loan, the person, he comes and asks for loan. Can you give me back? And he's not ready to give back. So the person sits in the courtyard, in front of his house, and until you give, he doesn't go. Like that, they collect the loan. For example, if someone comes to your home and he stays in the gate, so you give him something and he will leave. If someone comes inside your home and sits in the chair, you have to give him some coffee, tea, then only he will leave. Or if someone comes and sits in your dining table, you have to give him food, then only he will leave. If someone comes inside your home and lay down on the bed, we doesn't know when he is going to leave. Correct? The similar way, Lord came here and lay down. Why? Because he is all waiting for us. Until we are all liberated from here, he doesn't want to get up. So he is in what we call big. I don't know. Get this word. He is in big tapasya. He is doing tapasya for us. Why? So that we can all get out of this world. This is one understanding why Lord is laying down. The second understanding is, you can see Lord is lying in the middle of ocean and in the Anantashesha, in the snake bed. So just imagine, when you see ocean, usually Indians at least, we get afraid because we don't know much swimming. You people like ocean. But usually ocean is very scary. Ocean is very deep, ocean is very scary. And also snake. If you just say there is snake, then everyone will run away. Correct? So these two things are very dangerous. Ocean and snake. Just imagine somebody who is sleeping in the middle of ocean, that also in the snake, on the lap of snake. Then you should understand how much that person should be attached with sleeping. Correct? He is so attached, he is so immersed in sleeping that he forgot where he is sleeping. He is sleeping very peacefully in the snake bed in the middle of ocean. Like that our life should be. This ocean is considered samsara dava, where we don't know what is going to happen next minute. There is always some waves are coming up. Correct? So in this way, this world it's unpredictable. It's ocean. And also snakes. Who are snakes? Those who are around us. We don't know what they are going to do. They will be like with us, like a friend, but suddenly they will do something, some mess. So we are surrounded by this kind of people. So even though we are surrounded by this kind of people in the middle of ocean, you should be very peaceful, sleeping, like the Lord. And it's not sleeping actually. Lord is not sleeping. It's called Turiya state, we say. There are 3 states in this world, in this life. What are 3 states? Uttishta.
Jagrata.
That is Jagrata is Uttishta, and then Shushupti, Swapna. That is dreaming state, deep sleep, and then wake up state. These are the 3 states in this material world one Jivatma can experience. But there is a 4th state which is called Turiya state. What is that 4th state? It is called meditating state. Meditative state means one who is meditating about others' benefit. So that is what Lord is doing. Lord is not just sleeping, he is keep on meditating. What I should do, how I should benefit others. So in this way, even in this material world, among all kinds of difficulties, you can be peaceful if you start meditating about the welfare of others. So this human life is meant for helping others, for benefiting others. So if you start thinking about how to benefit others, then you won't feel any disturbance in this material world. That's what Lord is showing us by sleeping, by laying down. So whenever we see Lord, we should understand, my God, Lord is waiting for us. Let us go out, get out of this world. Now don't say, if I go out, Lord will also go out, so let me stay here. Don't say like that, because there are many jivas who keep on coming. So when we see Lord, we should understand this mood, why Lord is laying down. Otherwise, usually people, they come, they just take darshan just like some exhibition is happening. You can see all these people. They come, they just see everywhere, go around, and then they go. And then you can see nowadays no youngsters are coming, no young people are coming. Why? Because they have failed to explain what is the significance of this temple, why Lord is laying down, what is the glory behind this temple. Nobody teaches us. That's why you can see the youngsters are going down. So we should understand, when you come inside the temple, we should sit and hear. That's why all these prakaras are given. The Lord itself has very small place to stay, but there's a big veranda. If you come to other temples, it's a huge place is given. Why? Because people in those days, they used to come, they used to sit and hear. All the time some Harikatha is happening. So people, those who come, they have to hear. But now it is not happening. So at least you are all coming from long distance, and you're all peacefully sitting and hearing. So this is a get inspiration for others, for local temples. So we actually welcome this kind of groups to come so that we can revive the old culture in our India also. People they have culture in their blood, but it has to be revived. It has to be given life again. So we'll have darshan now, and after darshan we'll have breakfast. Then we'll go to another beautiful temple where Nachiyar Lakshmi is very prominent there. When we go there, we'll have nice Katha also there. What is the significance of the temple? And after that, maybe we'll go for lunch. And evening, we are going to one more beautiful temple. It's called Pundarikaksha Perumal temple. One whose eyes are just like lotus. And that temple, and that Lord has seen 40 Chaturyugas. It's an old, very old temple. And huge temple, very beautiful temple. That will be in the evening. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Can I give this back? May I donate this? Yes. Donation. Oh, the police are coming.
Thank you very much for your presence here and for the nectarian Katha. He was a student in Gopinath on the Sanskrit school back in Govardhan Hill. I knew him